we continue our discussion this morning on Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month with the help of Dr. Kennedy Schultz, the founder and principal of KMS Intercultural Education.
Yes, so welcome, Dr. Schultz. We appreciate you because Buffalo, we know, has a very vibrant, diverse population. And the more we know about other cultures, the more we celebrate other cultures, that's truly valuable, correct?
Yes, thank you so much for having me, first of all. And it's really, Buffalo is such a diverse community, and it's really important that we take the opportunity to learn about our neighbors. We are the city of good neighbors, and so the more we can learn about those who are culturally different from ourselves, the greater depth of knowledge we have to help us really connect and to learn more about the world around us.
Yeah, I love your example of dispelling stereotypes. You talked about when you were younger and you went to go travel and everyone gave you different. You have to tell that story. You have to tell
Absolutely.
that.
Well, growing up, I lived in a very culturally similar community. Everybody was very much like me. But when I had the opportunity in college, it was really a privilege to study in France for a number of months. And during that time, everybody told me what I should expect from the country, what I should expect from the French people. But none of those people who were giving me the advice had actually ever experienced the culture themselves. So when I came to realize from that experience was that we all have a number of stereotypes about other cultures that we've learned through different kinds of media, different kinds of anecdotes, without actually having experienced it ourselves. And so when we have the opportunity to learn the more about the complexity of different cultures and from people who have had those lived experiences, it can help us dispel some of the negative stereotypes that might be persistent in our community.
And I think a lot of folks don't realize the percentage of Asian American population here in the city of Buffalo. We are a city that has welcomed refugees on a number of occasions and continually. And so our numbers reflect that, the diverse cultures that we have available. I mean, the downtown bazaar is a perfect example.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely.
Seeing so many tenants from Sri Lanka and Burma. I mean, it's Myanmar. It's interesting to see that. And you can speak to that because you've actually pulled the numbers.
Yeah, and I mean, you can get a lot of this information from census data. And in the city of Buffalo, 4.5% of the Buffalo population is of Asian American and Pacific Islander heritage. And that doesn't mean they're from one or two countries. There are 75 different countries that are part of that heritage community. So, thinking about the number of refugees that Buffalo has welcomed since 2002, I think it's about 16,000 refugees who have become part of our workforce, part of our neighborhoods, part of our community, really helping to boost the economy and really contribute to our local community. But we often don't get to see them because we are still a very segregated city. So, meaning that we often in our daily lives don't interact with people very culturally different from ourselves.
And on that note, explain the beauty, because it's beautiful, in diversity and inclusion.
Yeah, absolutely. Really when we get to meet other people from other cultures and to get to know them and their lived experiences, it really helps us develop an appreciation for the complexity of the world, the ways in which we can learn from one another. And even despite some of the differences that we may share on a surface, whether it's language or traditions, there's a fundamental connection that we have in some of the things that we hope or dream for. And so really being able to find those connections and find those bridges can help dispel some of the fear or some of the hesitancy that we have in reaching out to others. So that's a great opportunity that we have right in our own community.
And one of them, there is an event coming up on the 21st of this month that is specific to Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month, and that can help you bridge the gap. If you go out to an event like this and celebrate, there's dancing, food, correct?
Right, absolutely. And really this is an opportunity when we have these cultural heritage months throughout the year, it's an opportunity to really highlight the depth of other cultural communities. So it's not just leaning in on stereotypes, but it's actually meeting and interacting with people who are of this culture and have the lived experience that we can learn more about and share with one another.
Dr. Schultz, we appreciate you, because you bring this kind of knowledge to businesses all across Western New York, but being able to share it with our viewers as well, who might not necessarily be in an employment situation anymore or might be staying at home at this point, being able to give that information is really, truly valuable. We appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
You can be found online, correct? If there is a business that wants you to come and speak to them or their employees, Where can they find you?
Correct. You can visit my website at kmsinterculturaled.com. And I also offer services of coaching, training and presentations, as well as some strategy and assessment of cultural competency skills.
This is amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. It's really a pleasure to be here.